All right, so welcome to Boys and Brunch. This is the show where we expose everything going down on the timeline. Today we're talking about Beyonce and the EndSars movement, Ariana Grande's new song Positions, whether Chris Pratt really is the worst Chris, and the return of Tiffany Pollard with I Love New York Reunited. I'm Jarrod D. King. And I am joined by co-host Brandon Harris Williams and Marcus Haynes. Hello, fellas.
Hey,
And
Hey.
we are also joined by a special guest who is on a journey to develop exceptional character, make genuine relationships with others, and lead through unconditional love, truth, and justice. Vanessa
Yes.
Echeverria.
okay.
Did I say
I
your
Hi
last name
love
right?
guys.
that.
Did I say
Hi.
your last name right?
Echeverria.
Yeah.
Echeverria. Yeah.
Okay.
You did it perfect.
Good, good, good. So, why don't you tell the viewers a little bit about yourself, and then let us know what you're drinking today too, because that's one of our
It's
things.
important.
Okay, yeah, I know.
That's
I
not
love that
important.
part. Well, my name is Vanessa. I am a writer. I just started getting serious about it a few years ago. I wrote a lot in my childhood and stuff. I just never committed. And as Jarrod said, I'm on a journey to change my character, enhance it, because I realized I was kind of a shitty person for a while, and
Mm,
I didn't want that to be my legacy. So it's really important. I'm trying to be intentional about it.
that's good.
And yeah, also I'm drinking cranberry and vodka. I got my chewy
Very nice.
onesie on
Very
Yes.
nice.
because it's early here still. So and I
Very
want to
good.
thank you guys for letting me be on here, Marcus, Brandon, Jarrod. I watched your videos the last 2 days and I was dying laughing with you guys. So I'm very excited.
We're glad to
Yay.
have you. We're
Good.
glad to have you. And
Yes.
I know, thank you so much for waking up early, 'cause I know you're on the West Coast. So
Yes.
yeah, so you're like three
Look,
hours
we both
behind
black.
me.
Ooh.
Yeah. That's why I'm like this. So
Yeah, yeah. No, it's all
Fine.
good. So Marcus, what's in your cup? What are you drinking today, and what's new with you?
This is a very heavy-handed screwdriver.
ooh.
Heavy
Um,
handed, huh?
yeah, I probably will not be refilling this. um, as far as updates, what has happened? What has happened? What has happened? Actually, I don't think much has happened this week. I had a hectic week last week, and I this week has been kind of really chill. Yeah, this week has been really chill. I've just been just here. I ordered a new TV, if that counts. I got a new television.
That does
Fancy.
count. That's exciting.
Right?
Is it
But
bigger than your other one?
yes,
Oh, that's so
my
exciting.
original because it's living room TV. The original TV was like 40 inches. This one is like 55, and it's a smart TV.
Oh,
So
nice.
Oh, nice.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Fancy. The
That's
wealth.
funny because I know we were just talking about smart TVs on Twitter. Well, a quick conversation because I had said something like PlayStation should just make a PlayStation TV and just have it
yeah,
built in instead of. But anyway, we're not going to get into that because that's not what we're here
look,
for.
that's right.
Brandon, what are you drinking today, and what's been going on with you?
Drinking Crown and Coke.
Hmm.
And
All these
Lord have
strong
mercy.
drinks today. My
I
goodness.
sorry, I keep like looking around. I'm dog sitting this weekend. My friend is out of town. And
um,
so
Can we can we get a
I have a
cameo?
dog, but they don't necessarily get along too much. So it's like,
uh,
let me get him, child. This is the dog I'm sitting.
Oh my
uh,
gosh, so cute.
I can't pick mine up. He's looking at me now. Like, you gonna pick me up too? I can't pick him up. But
like absolutely that.
it's a full grown dog. But no, that's about it.
Okay.
Nothing else really new and exciting. I'm getting back into writing more this past week. I'm getting back. I've been very lacking in 2020, and so
I feel
trying to get
that.
back into that. So yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
That's
Well,
good.
as far as I'm concerned, what is this? This is what I had last time. Chardonnay. Same, same,
Is the
same
bottle
bottle,
there?
in fact.
Is the
The
bottle with
bottle
you
is
today?
here. The bottle is here.
Mhm.
But see, look, I refilled a little bit last time, but I
Bottles
did not
here.
finish the bottle, so I'm probably gonna finish it today.
Okay.
But yeah, as far as my little personal update, not much. I mean, I think I well, yeah, so I was with Ray Sean who I had tried to mention last week. I did an interview with him, and it was for his class, and it was surprising because I think I joined him on his presentation, and it was an acting class, and he actually, acted out what I had given to him in the first place. So it was a really strange experience to kind of see myself playing out before my own eyes. And he did a very
That's
good job.
cool.
So shout out
It
to
was
you,
cool.
Rayshawn. All right. So if at any point you hear something you like, please heart it up, give us a like. I will be watching the comments and doing my best to interact with you and shout you out. So let's jump into our first topic. And this one, okay, so we're going to start with Beyonce and the EndSars movement. And I want to do this right. I don't, I know we are a gossip kind of hot topics kind of show. So I don't want to be too heavy, but I want to be serious about this particular issue, at least at first. So I'm just going to, introduce what the issue is. And then we can go into the celebrity-ish issue underneath that in a moment. So from the Washington Post, quote, the hashtag first surface, and we're talking about hashtag EndSars, first surface in 2017 as activists in Nigeria sought to abolish a federal police unit called the Special Anti-Robbery Squad, SARS, as it's commonly known. And it has existed for nearly 3 decades. But over time, its critics say the unit has developed a reputation for abusing its power. Amnesty International said it has recorded 82 cases of SARS abuses over the past 3 years, including beatings, hangings, mock executions, sexual assault, and waterboarding. The article also said attention to the movement skyrocketed after Tuesday night when protesters and human rights groups say Nigerian soldiers opened fire on a peaceful demonstration in Lagos, a metropolis of approximately 20 million. So links to help and learn more about this crisis are in the show notes. But I wanted to just give that overview so that everybody understood what it was that we're talking about. And if you want to help out or if you want to stay abreast of the situation, I have provided links for you all there as well. But I want to move into, because there was a bit, because Beyonce was all in it, and because people were, trying to get her to speak on it. Now we have this whole celebrity side to this issue. So let me just run down this real quick, and then I promise we will get to talking. Earlier in the week, a lot of people were calling on Beyonce to make a statement. After creating her album, The Gift, and the Disney Plus special, Black is King, many were holding her feet to the fire, saying, "You can't steal Nigerian culture, make a buck, and have nothing to say when we need you." This past Wednesday, Beyonce released a statement of support, to which much of the response was either "you're too late" or "you're only releasing a statement after it got worse," and "we don't need shelter and food." So I'm going to turn this question over to you guys. Jump in wherever you want. This is kind of a free for all. I mean, I'll start with let's start with Marcus. Was Beyonce too late with her response to this issue?
The thing is still happening, so no. I feel like that's it's almost like a catch-22, because you bring up all this, you say like, oh, well, you need to say something, you need to say something, you need to say something. And when you do say something, it's like, you're too late, or you only said something because you said something. I mean, because we said something. And it's like, okay, well, what do you want? Like, seriously, what do you want? Because I don't know, I'm also kind of getting to the point where I don't know if I want celebrities to keep speaking out on stuff. And that's just because I've been seeing so many people, when they speak out, it usually be some BS. So I'm getting to the point where I was like, I don't even know if I even want you to. Like, just what's the meme say? Open your purse.
Yeah, and I feel like she's done that. I mean, I feel like she has been working behind the scenes. I feel like she's not very loud about it. I don't know. I mean, like Vanessa, how were you feeling about the situation? Do you think she was too late, or do you think that she should have done more? Where are you?
Well, I first of all think I have to mention that I love Beyonce. So I kind of have a bias for her.
That's
And
good because we're in the same boat there.
yeah, like she's the queen. I love her. Everything she does is amazing. And I think that she has a history of really trying to be a humanitarian. I know she's won the award, she sings songs about it, and she's also a really private person. And maybe like there was stuff going on that we don't know about that it didn't hit her radar right away. And then, she had to see it. I don't know. I just feel like with everything she's done and kind of like the person she's shown us, we should give her the benefit of the doubt. And I don't think it was intentional at all, or she didn't mean to be disrespectful. I don't know. No.
Yeah, yeah. I tend to agree with you. Like I said, she's been doing a lot. And I feel like sometimes you're not going to be able to be aware of everything that's going on.
Right.
She's not in Nigeria. I mean, of course, she has definitely brought a lot of African cultures to the forefront with her latest projects.
Right.
Um, but that doesn't mean that you're always as knowledgeable of all the things that are going on. Africa is a
Right.
continent, not a country, and there are a bunch of countries in Africa. And so,
Yeah.
but Brandon, like, I mean, like, do you feel like Beyonce has been, I don't know, kind of, would you kind of call her like a culture vulture, or kind of stealing Nigerian culture or something? Or like, how do you feel about like when people say that type of thing?
I don't know if I can speak to that because I'm not Nigerian. So I don't know if you can call someone a culture vulture if you're not a part of the culture that they're taking,
Okay.
essentially. I think it's similar to like appropriation. You can't really say what is and what isn't unless that's something that's specific to you. I do think I kind of agree with you all along the lines of, I think you said everything happened kind of like Monday, Tuesday, then she made a statement Wednesday.
Hmm.
I think it really could have been she didn't know. Sometimes it takes a minute for news to get to you, or maybe she's trying to figure out what to say. I do appreciate though when she does speak out, it tends to be very much so like, this is what's going on. This is where you can donate. It's very like cut and dry, not saying I feel X, Y, and Z, or you should do blah, blah, blah. But I think it kind of goes back to Marcus's point where he's saying celebrities should kind of stop. I think if more of them just said, this is the issue, go look it up yourself,
Yeah.
that we will be better. I think it's a
Yeah.
lot of celebrities who don't know what they're talking about or the loudest people talking. And I think that's a problem.
Okay. Okay.
That's true.
So maybe I can push back just a tiny bit, because I feel like when we see something like Black is King, or we see something like The Gift, and you have a lot of African influences, of course, but also a lot of African artists. I feel like she has kind of put different cultures. Uh, she's kind of tried to give voice to that, and give some more representation. And so I don't necessarily see that as being a culture vulture. And I know that you're saying that maybe that's something that can only be said for people in the respective cultures, but I'm curious what anybody else feels about that particular line.
What I'm also curious too as to like with her specifically, if she's including these different cultures and countries or whatever, I guess kind of to what is the line between like being a culture vulture and being inclusive as well, you know? I mean, that's what I'm confused about.
Well, I
Um,
mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess that's something that everybody has a different level for, I guess. I saw it as, you know, I I feel like I feel like on some level, you like, even as an author, like if you're they always say, like, if you're going to write a different culture, that you always have to be very respectful, and you have to know and do your research and include people in on the process of creation in order to have an appropriate representation. And I feel as though she did that. But of course, but look, I mean, I'm an American, so I don't know completely, but a lot of the feedback from a lot of African fans was that she was good.
Yeah. I just like to also interject and suggest that, Beyonce also comes out with things without really telling the public. So maybe this will influence her to do something, around the movement and help in a way that we don't even know yet. I,
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
like
you know,
she
she
could.
has. Yeah, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, that's right. That was
Okay.
done.
Yeah, no, she does have a lot of. I went to her website. I looked at the places that she listed there. It took me a little bit. I kind of wish that the link when she made the release for support, I wish that the link was a little bit easier to navigate, because it just went to her homepage. You had to scroll down to actually see what she
Hmm.
posted. Um, and so it took me like 20 minutes to actually figure out where I was supposed to go. So would you guys say that celebrities are required to use their voice for every political situation? I mean, I guess we already kind of touched on that a little bit. What do you think, Vanessa?
I feel like I agree with Marcus and Brandon that it kind of depends, because there are, especially right now, a lot of people talking about things that they don't really care about or haven't really researched. And it's just stuff that they're hearing and they're feeding it to people who may take it as fact and, follow them. And I don't think that that's helpful in any way. I love the idea of telling people, what the issues are and to delve deeper themselves. Don't trust other opinions, do the research.
Hmm.
For me, like now that I'm thinking about it, like thinking about particularly like what Brandon and Vanessa just said, like this, if a celebrity is going to use their platform, they should do it like how they say that, like a teacher should. Like, you're not out here trying to convince somebody or trying to get them like necessarily on your
Right.
side. You provide them
Mm-hmm.
with the information and be like, all right, I've given you what you need. What you
Mm-hmm.
decide to do with it, that's up to you.
Yeah.
Cause yeah, it's too many folks out here spitting out stuff they don't know about. 50 Cent.
Ice Cube.
Oh my God,
Yes,
50
for
Cent.
sure.
Yeah.
We've got a comment from Connected on YouTube. He's saying Beyonce next, so I guess he's not a fan.
Oh,
But
what?
he
For
does
that.
say,
Wow.
he does say, I think she plays a fine line. She is black enough to include others, black slash POC, while staying mainstream enough for Wall Street advertisers and investors. So, I mean, I guess I can agree with that. She's kind of, I mean, she has to be a
Oh,
businesswoman,
that's
but
the
she's also humanitarian. She's also interested in the big issues. Um,
Mm,
Okay.
what are your thoughts, Brandon? What's the
I don't know if this point in her career is she's still entertaining the mainstream stuff. And I'm not even the biggest Beyonce fan at all, but I think maybe since four, if not for sure Lemonade, I think she's been on her own thing, like fuck what anybody else is talking about.
Yeah,
pretty
yeah.
much.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay. All agreed. All right. So now that we have talked about Beyonce, let's talk about Ariana Grande.
Holy
Uh,
tell.
Yes, come on.
all
We up
right.
there.
Yes,
So
come on.
the internet went nuts when Ariana Grande released her latest single, Positions. It's going to be on her highly anticipated upcoming album. And with the song, she also released a video starring herself as President of the United States with a rather diverse cabinet. So let's just run through this. What are your thoughts on the video? Did anybody see the video?
Yeah,
Okay.
I saw.
Vanessa, what did you think about the video?
I like the video. That was the first time I heard the song. So I think if I would have heard the song before the video, I might have felt a little bit differently. But I really do like that she put herself in that spot. And, it's just powerful, sexy.
Mm-hmm.
I liked it.
Yeah, yeah.
It
I
was a
thought
good
it was
message.
good. I mean, like,
Thank you.
I thought
Yeah.
it was good, like not only to see and meaning, let me know if I'm thinking wrong or anything. I mean, because you're the lady in the
Weak.
chat.
I'm
But I
weak.
thought it was really good to see, not only a woman as president, but also somebody who was very feminine as a president, because I feel like
Oh, yeah.
that's one of the things that we probably would have a hard time dealing with. So I don't know. Do you agree, or how do you feel? How you feel about that?
Yeah, I agree. I didn't even think about that actually. I mean, I did notice in the video how like the women around her had suits and she had the sexy, dress and all that. I like that a lot. I felt like it was very powerful. Like I said, that didn't register to me because I was just like, yes, this is it.
Yeah.
That's how you president as a woman.
That is how you president.
So, what did you guys think, Marcus? Any thoughts?
It was cute. I like, I like a decent amount of Ariana's music. Like I have like her first, I think 2 albums or so, maybe 3. But I have like a couple of her albums, and it was cool. I mean, it's really kind of part of the course with where her career, like where her music has gone. I think that the video is definitely what made it, like stand out. The fact that she did have, like we said, the diverse cabinet. Because the song was cute.
Yeah.
Okay. Brandon.
No, I agree. I normally don't listen to her. I think she mumbles. I was still a little bit of mumbling on this one, but I did enjoy it. I did. I think it's cute. It's fun. I listened a few more times, but I only listened to like once or twice.
Okay.
But yeah, I enjoyed it.
Okay.
She tends to.
Yeah.
No, you go ahead.
No, go ahead, please. Please continue.
No, I was gonna say I don't listen to her much because for whatever reason she feels just very young to me. I know she's only a few years probably younger than me, but she just still feels very like for the youth.
Like 4 years? Oh, I thought you were like 4 years old.
No, for the youth. No.
I think I've gotten past that. I mean, I know she has a look that is very but I just think that that's how she looks, even without the pony, even with the ponytail. It does. I don't think that de-ages her at all, because I mean, plenty of people wear a long ponytail. I think that that's just her brand. I don't think that that's the thing that makes her look too young. I think that she just looks very young. I think she looks very good.
I've seen her a few times, like where she's like just worn her hair down, and she still looks really young. Like she just looks young.
Yeah.
So, I'm not mad at the ponytail. I think that I'm all for it. But as far as the mumbling goes, and I tweeted back at you guys, because y'all were talking about her mom. I was like, I never heard her mumble before.
Me neither. What?
No.
Right. But I will say with this video,
like live or in her songs?
In her songs.
Oh,
really both, but particularly live. Like I
think she can sing. She can
most definitely
sing. But there are plenty of singers who mumble as well. So.
Like. The one I always think about, and viewers, if you want to see, go search for Ariana Grande Stevie Wonder tribute, where she was singing. I think it was "Sign Still Deliver." I didn't know a single word. It sounded beautiful. It sounded amazing. I didn't know what she was. If I didn't know the lyrics, I wouldn't have known what she was saying.
Oh goodness!
Wow, I'm gonna have to hear it now.
Yes. That was great.
I listened to the video and I was like, oh my gosh, I see what they're saying.
Oh, really? You saw it?
I did. But it was funny because had I not gotten that impression, had I not heard that from them, I probably would have just went into it just thinking, okay, this is, another good song, because I can't hardly hear the lyrics until after 5 or 10 plays of any song anyway. I'm too busy focused on the melody and maybe the hook. I know what the hook is, but like the verses and stuff, I'm not paying attention to any of that until I really, really like the song, But I do remember seeing a tweet where somebody said, I think it was, what's his name that was on Ellen's show that does the cooking
Kayla?
Stuff.
No.
Yes.
Is that Kayla? Yeah.
That's Kayla.
Yeah. I think it was him. Who said that she would be a legend like Mariah and Whitney in about 25 years. Wow, the sips. So let's because I know so Brandon, let's just start with you.
Okay.
Do you agree with that statement? Do you think that she's gonna be on that level? And he, keep in mind, he said in about 25 years.
He did.
He did. What do you think?
No, I think, and this is not even like slight to her. I think normally you cannot tell what somebody's going to be in the midst of it. Like even going back to Beyonce, I feel like she's only recently gotten that untouchable legend status in like the past 5 to 10 years. Like you couldn't have said 20 years ago that she would be this now. Like Destiny's Child could have disbanded and she could have been something else. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I don't know if we can say right now. I definitely think maybe in her peer group, we'll still be talking about her comparatively speaking to others.
Okay.
But I don't know if she'll be up there in 20 years.
I will say with Beyonce versus this, I feel like Beyonce's vocals back in Destiny's Child were not where she sang as well as she did, but she was not showing as much that she could do vocally that she could now. And I feel Ariana Grande is somebody who has a really great voice and is kind of showing it all. And I think that that's where the impression is coming from. Marcus, you took a sip when I said that. So what was going through your head?
I feel like it's a bit unfair to jump straight to, someone is going to be Whitney or Mariah or Beyonce. Like I don't think people really understand just the type of artists those people are. Like Whitney's music is going to last the test of time. Mariah's music has lasted the test of time. Beyonce's music is lasting the test of time. Like, I do believe that Ariana is going to be a force. I mean, even right now, she's kind of a force. But to jump to say that she's going to be on that tier, I feel like I don't want to say reaching, because that's not necessarily what I mean, but I feel like that's a lot to put on somebody to be like, oh, you're going to be a Beyonce. Like, bro, chill. Let me just be a Kelly for a little while.
Ooh, child.
That was a shame.
I know somebody specifically on Twitter, so I'm just gonna make that little 5-second clip right there.
Oh my God, Lord, you're gonna send the stands after me, Lord.
Okay. But no, I do think too it's also important to like, you can't really compare newer people to ones prior to streaming either, because the game is completely different now. So it's like the records and the I guess platinum and gold, all the type of stuff, the way you reach that now is completely different from how a Whitney or Mariah would have reached it.
Right. And I feel like
even Beyonce at the beginning.
Yeah. And I feel like that's a good conversation as well, because a lot of people like to talk about Beyonce like she doesn't ever chart or she doesn't ever get to the top. And I feel like we're dealing with a bit of a different metric. I feel like she was kind of the last of the old guard, or so to speak. And I'm, Vanessa, do you think like have we kind of gotten out of hand with kind of are we not enjoying music anymore, and are we more focused on the numbers, and like or is that just like a stan thing? Is that stan culture? Like, what do you think?
What is stan culture?
So you're not on Twitter, so that's why you don't. So basically. Stan culture, it's just basically fans, but they're like crazy fans of So if I say I'm a Beyonce stan, I'm like, you cannot say anything about Beyonce, otherwise
because stan is like stalker fan essentially.
Okay, that's what it stands for. I like that.
I never got that, Brandon. Okay, that's a good way to put that. I did not just but yeah, so do you think that I know you must see some stuff on Instagram because we follow each other on Instagram and maybe on Snapchat, but do you feel like we've kind of gone out of control? Are we not enjoying the music anymore and just too focused on charting numbers and stuff like that? Or have you seen anything like that?
I just, from personal experience, I guess I kind of feel like we've lost touch with the music and people don't really care about what's being said or how it's being said. It's just about like, is it danceable? Is it hot? Are people gonna club to it or whatever? And I think that it's lost its authenticity. And so artists that do that, I think, have a significant, upper hand on it because they're not like what everyone else is doing right now for clout.
Yeah. And I think that's the other thing. Do you guys think, because I know TikTok is huge for artists. Like I don't know if Meg Thee Stallion would be the star that she is without TikTok right now. Like,
Oh my god, I love her. I love her.
How old is
raps.
TikTok though? But how old is TikTok? I think that helped the
Isn't-
success of Savage. I think she was pretty
I'll
popular
say that.
before.
I don't mean
Yeah,
I
I
don't
thought
mean
so
that,
too.
but I know that Savage was. I feel like Savage was the crossover moment, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, no, I mean,
Yeah.
I think you're
I
actually
think so
kind of
too.
right, Jarrod. Like, we knew of Meg because, like, because of Big Old Freak. Like, really. Like, that was what kind of grabbed people's
Hey.
attention. Come on now. Like, we knew because of that. But I think as far as, like, her blowing up, she didn't blow up until the Savage Challenge took off.
Mhm.
I mean,
Yeah.
just look
That's
at
true.
Savage. She got a
Yeah.
rematch with
True.
Beyonce.
I know, that's crazy. I fucking love that song. Like, what?
All right, so we're gonna do the Savage challenge at the end of the show. Is that what we're doing?
I can't dance.
Me neither. I just flail my body around.
Oh my gosh, we're gonna have to have like a Boys and Brunch TikTok something. We're gonna have to do
Oh
something.
my god, you guys should do that.
We
All
gotta
right. Get that started.
Oh my gosh. All right. So yeah, music is changing, but so is Hollywood. And that is
Okay.
my segue into the next next
I love
topic.
it.
So we're going to talk about Chris Pratt, aka the worst Chris, which
Lord.
is so sad.
Yes.
I mean,
So yeah, let's jump into this. There's Chris Evans, Chris Pines, Chris Hemsworth, and then there's Chris Pratt, deemed the worst Chris by Twitter. Why do you ask? Well, Twitter would say it's because he belongs to an anti-LGBTQ church and is a Trump supporter. More on that shortly. But this has become an even bigger story thanks to Pratt's celebrity friends weighing in. Mark Ruffalo posted that we shouldn't be distracted and just focus on voting. Robert Downey Jr. called Pratt his brother who demonstrates nothing but positivity and gratitude. Guardians of the Galaxy director James Gunn called Pratt, quote, the best dude in the world. And Zoe Saldana tweeted support by saying, "You got this, and anyone who knows you knows your heart and knows your worth." So who wants to take it?
Bald-head.
Brandon?
isn't the director like in hot water himself for doing some
Yes,
stuff?
he
And he can't come
is.
back to how many people, sir?
Wait, who are we talking about?
The Guardian of the
James
Galaxy
Gunn.
director,
Oh.
yeah. Was it pedophilia?
should-
Was it sexual assault? What
Yeah,
was
it was like
No,
it
was
was
an
some
old tweet.
Yeah.
It was an old tweet, and I don't even want to go into it because it was not cool. It was a joke, but it was a bad joke.
I don't know if he said
And
something. Lord.
yeah, but that, I don't know how long ago that, I think that was a while ago, but
It
I
was
don't,
it was before Guardians of the Galaxy
Yeah,
for sure. It was
but-
something old.
Oh yeah, wasn't he supposed to get fired?
I think he
I think he
was for a
did.
minute, and then
Oh,
they
he
brought
did?
him back.
Because the
So-
cast like
Real
fought to get him
quietly.
back or whatever.
Mhm.
Oh. Wow.
But it was
But-
so funny because the MCU is like, I don't know, the MCU fan base, the MCU stands, as I'll call them, are strange in and of itself. But and I love them, but it's just we're not gonna talk about that situation. We're talking about
Okay.
Chris Pratt.
But I'm
Yes.
okay. This is what was so interesting to me. This became a huge story because it's like people do a who's the best, who's the worst challenge with 4 people daily on
Mhm.
Twitter.
Mhm.
I'm like, why is this the one that blows up? Every day.
Have
Hell,
no
I feel like
clue.
that one has gone around a few times.
It
Like,
has.
I'm like, why is this the time?
I think it made headlines because the celebrities weighed in, and that's what happened. If they
Hey,
had
COVID
said
is in.
anything,
They need to be at work.
but that I mean, but that it now creates an argument as to why, or pushes the question, why did they feel they had to speak out in the first place? So I feel, and this is just me talking and speculating, I feel that Chris Pratt was in his feelings and said something to somebody and they just started tweeting. That's just me. I don't know.
There's a meme of an old lady in a wheelchair, and she says, "I'm supposed to feel sorry for the bitch. I don't." Like, bro, you're gonna be okay. Like you and your millions of dollars, your multi-billion-dollar franchise, you will be okay because the people on the internet said that you're the worst, Chris. I promise you, you will be all right.
Right. We have a chat message from Connected on YouTube who's saying, "Do we really care about any of the Chris's?" And I mean, I don't know. The answer
Really?
is like no.
Not really. Not
But again,
really.
it was just the chat something on Twitter. Like nobody's thinking anything past when they said no or they said he was the worst one. Like
Right.
nobody cares. We're gonna still go watch next Guardians of the Galaxy, the next Avengers, whatever.
Right. Vanessa, I want to ask you, like, what do you think about the celebrity support this time around with this latest go round of the Chris's?
Um, I kind of like that they were quick to have his back because I imagine filming for them, they've become a family, and so they feel like one of their own was attacked, and maybe that they had to have their back. And I love that. I love family and like protecting your own and all that. But I also agree that it's like you're a celebrity, you get hate, like it's not that serious.
Right.
So
Let me ask you, Vanessa, do you have a ranking of the Chris's for yourself? Can you rank the Chris's for us?
Would he still be the worst one for you?
That's the question.
Let her have her own list.
That is a good question. God, that's hard.
Do you know all of them?
Yeah, you're talking about Hemsworth, right? And then
Mm-hmm.
Pine, Pratt, and the Captain America.
Yeah.
Evans,
He's
right?
the worst Chris
Yeah.
for me. I don't really
Captain
like
America?
him.
You don't like Chris Evans?
Yeah, I don't really like Chris
Oh,
Evans.
girl.
Yeah, I didn't watch Captain America. I'm not a fan. I'm sorry.
That's fine. This is your
Okay.
list.
Yeah, this is your
That's fine. Okay, so Chris Evans is in last place. Everybody else.
Yeah,
top
I
three.
guess Chris Pratt would be second to last.
Okay.
And then
I'm
I
still mad at
want
him
to
for
put
was it Infinity War? I'm sorry. I'm still mad at him. For
Infinity
that.
War.
Was that the one?
He's-
Right?
Yes,
Yep,
it
so-
was.
No, yeah. Wait, who Hemsworth?
No, Pratt. I'm
Pratt.
sorry.
Oh, Pratt. Oh, okay. His ass is last. You know what? Let me put him last. You're right. You're right. Fuck that Chris.
Peer pressure.
Yay!
He doesn't even get any slack in the fictional world. That's horrible.
I know.
He made bad decisions in the fictional world too.
So wait, who's your top
True.
Chris, Vanessa?
Well, I was gonna say between Hemsworth and Pine. I kind of got mad at Hemsworth for like getting Thor fat. I felt like he should have given us what we wanted. Any other character would have quit crying. So for that reason, I'm gonna put Pine first. Yeah,
Okay.
I like it.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna stick with him.
All right. Brandon, I know you have a list. Give us a rundown. Your top 4
I
Chris's.
really don't, honestly. But I'm trying to think, is Pine in the MCU or no?
Yeah, but
Am
I don't know who
tripping?
Pine is.
No, Chris Pine.
He
Is,
was
Pine is
in
the
the
one in
DC.
Wonder Woman.
Yes, Wonder
Yeah.
Woman.
He's,
Yeah.
he's the boyfriend?
Yeah.
yeah.
He's also in Star Trek. They
Mhm.
redid.
He is. He is the movies.
He was in a movie with
Um,
Tom Hardy.
I've seen him in a bunch of stuff. Just all right now, I was like, is he in the
Yeah.
MCU? I don't think he was.
No.
We can put him first. It's fine. Pine is first. I don't care.
Chris Pine first.
I'm not
okay.
that invested.
Yeah.
It's fine. Hemsworth would probably be third
Yeah,
for me
that's
though.
true.
Just cause.
Hemsworth would be third. Okay. And okay, so we got your ranking. We got Pine,
Yeah.
Evans, Hemsworth, and Pratt. Gotcha. And
Yeah.
Marcus.
Yeah.
Let's run down your list real quick.
Pratt is at the bottom. And Pine is above him simply because I don't know who that is. I don't know that man.
Not just the one you don't know. Still got a higher ranking than.
Yes, exactly. And then Hemsworth in second, and Evans first.
Gotcha. Okay. So I have the same list as Marcus.
Alright.
Evans is first. I'm in love with Evans, but we don't have to talk about that. Hemsworth he is so sexy. Oh my God.
He
Oh my
is.
God. They're all really cute, honestly. Then Pine and then Pratt. And I'll get into my reasons for Chris Pratt being at the bottom anyway. But let me see. If those okay, so we have our reasons for Chris Pratt being at the bottom, or you guys. I didn't say what my reasons were.
Okay.
No, that's kind of part of it. So the reasons being anti-LGBTQ church member and Trump supporter, correct? Are those your reasons for Pratt kind of being at the bottom, Brandon and Marcus?
And
I
he's
don't know his
also kind
personal
of the
life.
least. I'm gonna say he's also the least attractive of them. So.
He's the least attractive of them. And Brandon, what were you saying? Was that you can't even talk?
No, I said I don't really know because I wasn't following, so I don't know like personally what he's supportive of or whatever. That just works out for me. No, I'm just off of his character in the MCU. That's all.
Off of his character in MCU, okay.
Which is enough of a reason.
Okay. So we've got Brandon for MCU character, Vanessa for MCU character, Marcus for political views, and then there's me. So it's blank for right now.
I thought you just said it.
I don't know what the blank is.
It's kind of okay. So I'll give you my purpose. My purpose is that he's probably the least attractive. I still think he's attractive, but I think he's the least attractive of the Chris's.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think that's really the only issue I have with him. It's not really an issue.
Oh, there's
You're right.
I just knew you had like met the man in real life.
I was waiting for the story. Do you hear me?
There was nothing. I'm just trying to shroud what I have coming for you guys with this bit of digging that I did. So I found out a few things. And Marcus, I don't know if this may change your views at all, but let me know. So we did some digging and some fact checking on the reasons why people are saying Chris Pratt is the worst Chris. So for number one, the idea of him belonging to an anti-LGBTQ church. I'll just read what I wrote out here. The name of the church is Zoe Church, and its pastor is Chad Beach. It's and based on my research, Zoe Church is a church that welcomes everyone from all backgrounds. There seems to be no evidence of anti-LGBTQ sermons or rhetoric while in church. However, the pastor, Chad Beach, is known to have executive produced a film titled The Heart of Man that refers to homosexuality as sexual brokenness. So that's that. So whether Chris Pratt knew about his pastor's views, or we don't know. As far as
I feel like he should. Like Christianity and Catholicism and all that, they're pretty open. Like that's why I don't practice Catholicism anymore. I just got tired of hearing that. And I'm like, stop saying that you're open, but you won't marry gays or you won't accept gay. Like it made no sense to me. So I feel like he should know that not everybody shares,
shares that same.
Yeah, like if he isn't against the LGBT community, he should recognize that. This is a religion that basically is hated for so long.
Mm-hmm. And how do you feel about that, Marcus? Hearing that I mean, there's the possibility that he doesn't know, but he could also just kind of be blinding himself to the environment that he's in with that church.
I 100% agree with Vanessa. Like, if anything, he's blinding him. He's fooling himself. If he really does, think like, oh, my church is so accepting, what have you. Yeah. But even if, the establishment is not homophobic, even if like he does not know, he still be the worst Chris because, like I said, he's the least attractive. So.
There's no changing your ranking. I get that. Okay.
It's sad.
It's sad. Game, set, and match, honey.
Lord.
So the other point about him being a Trump supporter, Newsweek ran a fact check and found no evidence of Chris Pratt being in support of Donald Trump. What people have seen on top of the church controversy was him wearing a T-shirt with the Gadsden flag, with the snake with the words "Don't tread on me," which is typically a signifier for conservatives or those who are politically on the far right. However, in an article with Men's Fitness in 2017, he's quoted as saying, quote, "I don't feel represented by either side. I really feel there's common ground out there that's missed because we focus on the things that separate us." Newsweek notes that he's donated to Obama's campaign. And while he's not on the list to attend the Avengers fundraiser for the Biden campaign, his wife, Catherine Schwarzenegger Pratt, has come out in support of Joe Biden. And it's unclear if he shares in that support. So I don't know. I mean, I guess I'm not really changing anybody's mind on the show here, but I feel like it's important to have all the facts straight even for our viewers or anybody out there on Twitter. When people say certain things, you kind of have to do your research a little bit. You kind of have to take what people say with a grain of salt. I definitely was. I feel like I definitely felt that he was probably conservative. I didn't. People said he was a Trump supporter. I'm like, okay, I don't know, and I don't know whether the church. If I don't go ahead and research anything, I automatically just kind of see what people are saying and just let it be. So I didn't really get so invested. But does that change your mind about Chris Pratt at all, just as a person? Do any of those facts change anything for you guys? No? Okay. So
I wasn't personally invested before, so I mean,
Yeah,
I mean, at the end of the day, I don't know that man.
Sorry to this man.
Okay. Well, there you go. So that will serve as a little bit of a fact-checking point for the viewers. There you go.
Yeah, and that is important.
Absolutely. Do your own research. Yes.
Connected again is saying, what about Chris Tucker or Chris Noth, or don't all Chris's matter?
Yeah, including those two, Pratt would still be at the bottom of the list.
Boom.
Yeah.
And I don't know who Chris Noth is.
I don't know who Chris Noth.
No, that's whatchamacallit from Sex and the City, isn't it? Big. I think that's Big.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
okay.
Well, I have no idea who that is.
Well, I have a history of guys named Chris, and so I'm like,
to
all of y'all a little bit, but
So is it story time?
No,
Listen.
It is not story time.
I'm excited. It's all right.
So I guess we will. Man, I had something else I was going to say. Oh yeah, Connected is agreeing with basically everything you've said so far, Marcus, about every topic.
Well, thank you.
So you have a fan. But we're going to move into our last topic, and we're going to talk about Miss New York, Tiffany Pollard, Meme Queen. She's back.
I'm so excited.
VH1 recently announced a one-off special, I Love New York Reunited, hosted by Vivica Fox, which will bring back Tiffany, known in the show by nickname New York, and memorable contestants to talk about the show's best moments. As the Meme Queen, the interwebs were buzzing with excitement. Are you guys, I guess, Vanessa, you can answer this question already, kind of answered it already. Are you excited for this?
I'm so excited. I literally, maybe like 6 months ago, I started watching I Love New York reruns on YouTube, and then I posted it to Snapchat. I'm like, please bring her back. I love her. So I'm very excited. She's so hilarious.
What about you guys? What about you guys? Marcus, Brandon, how are you guys feeling?
Do you guys not like her?
I do. Yeah, great TV. Absolutely.
They were very muted there for a minute.
I'll let her have a moment.
I was listening.
Thank you. Thank you.
No. I don't know what, I guess who would come back. I'm not, I Love New York is not as etched in my brain as Flavor of Love.
Yeah.
I remember more New York moments from that versus her own show. But yeah, she's entertaining, so it'll be great. It'll be great. I wonder, because I know, what was his name? Real and Chance?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I know one of them has I guess another spinoff or whatever.
Yeah,
now,
Chance,
Zeus.
right?
Chance. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, Zeus? What? That's what he's calling
Zeus TV or whatever. That's
okay.
Whatever it's on. Yeah.
Okay.
I know.
Zeus is becoming like a thing. right? Have you
They're
guys?
trying to. All of VH1's leftovers. They're trying to.
I mean, if you,
I mean, but to be fair, VH1's leftovers are pretty quality.
Yes.
the fights, oh my gosh, I just be looking. I mean, I think I can probably only take Zeus TV on Twitter. I just think, but we'll get to me in a minute. Marcus, how are you feeling about this reunion?
Oh, I am here for it. I adore. I would have been rooting for New York ever since that woman spit on her, and I wanted her to beat her ass.
I know.
Like I have been rooting for New York since that moment. You know,
Me too.
I watched.
She?
Listen. But I rooted for her when she came back in the second season. You know, I watched the 2 seasons. I love New York. I watched her spinoffs where she went to work and she was looking for love and all those sorts of things. I watched the next 15 because she was on there. I saw clips of Celebrity Big Brother because she was like here and present and accounted for New York. Let's go.
Yeah.
I love
Brunch
with Tiffany from her. Like I love that. That's my.
And I haven't watched all the episodes of that, but yes, the ones I have seen.
Okay. Same.
So I feel like don't throw tomatoes or anything.
No.
But I never really got into Flavor of Love or I Love New York. It was just a little too much. It was just a little too much for me.
What do you mean?
I'm honestly not even surprised.
Yes. What do you mean?
What do you expect?
Clarification.
I mean, there are certain levels of ratchetness that I can take on TV.
So you're not a VH1 reality watcher. That's not your thing.
Look, I mean, I watch Basketball Wives. I watch Basketball Wives.
Oh, okay.
But I feel like that is.
Isn't that just as dramatic though?
It is.
I don't know. Okay, so I guess Basketball. I don't know. I think Basketball Wives is just my limit. I feel like that's my limit. I can't do the Love and Hip Hop. I can't do them. I watched maybe the first few seasons of the Love and Hip Hop New York, and I was cool. But after that, I couldn't do Atlanta. I watched maybe the one season with the people on Hollywood, but I couldn't get into that. So honestly, no, I'm not really excited about this reunion. I am
even though it's just a one-off.
I mean, I'm gonna watch it because everybody else is watching it, and it's kind of like now that I'm doing the show, it's kind of my job too. I can't just not watch it, you know. But you know, yeah, it's just not my thing. There was another point that I was gonna make that I forgot, but I guess I'll ask you guys. I was gonna say that I'm interested in seeing what memes come of this. You know, because Tiffany is great for a clip.
Yes.
Is.
So speaking of that, was she as well liked before social media came along and crowned her as the meme queen through all these reaction gifs? I mean, or is her popularity something new? I mean, I know she was a character on the show and people enjoyed her. But did anybody really think of her the way that we think of her now?
Yeah, I think she was always liked for being entertaining. I think it took seeing more of her to like her for her.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, I think that most people liked her, you know, because she was so quotable. But of course, you know, with social media, it brings you to a whole new audience. It brings you, you know, like a whole another level of popularity. Like I remember when the original like Flavor Love and stuff was showing, like I was in school, like, and we used to spit like the quotes and stuff or what have you and talk about it. But there's a different level from that than, you know, you being shared millions of times on like Twitter and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, like for me, I'm just like I watched. Now I didn't watch the full seasons of the shows that we had talked about.
Bless you.
But I watched maybe a little bit of what was it, the first 15 or 15.
The next 15.
The one on TV one. Yeah.
I watched a little bit of that. I don't know. I just like. I feel as though she is best in those clips. At least for me, I feel like she's funny. I'll give her that. She's funny. But I feel like I don't know if I can take her for a full season or a full episode. Go ahead, Marcus.
Now, I will say something about the next 15. Because, and she said it, I think the cast has said it, and, I feel like even Carlos King has kind of alluded to it. She was brought in to be over the top. Like, she was specifically over the top for that one. Like, and then she was brought in because she came in like the second or third episode. And Carlos King was like, we need some spicing up pretty much.
Everybody else is boring.
Really,
Yeah,
honestly.
yeah, exactly.
And like they needed like
True.
that. So she kind of injected that. So she was over the top to kind of compensate. Because even if I don't know how much you watched of it, but like in the reunion, they were kind of saying that, like the person I can deal with. I can't deal with New York. And she was just like, well, New York is why they brought me here. Like New York is the reason why this is. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. I mean, and my thing is, I just feel as though she's probably good for being really over the top during the shows, but I need the moments where her over the topness meets absolute humor. I feel like it's not consistent when you watch it. I don't know. That's just me, because I feel like when I look at the memes and when I look at the clips, I'm like, yes, New York, yes, I'm on the same level as everybody else. But when I watch the shows, I'm just like, oh my gosh, this is just a little bit much. And it's just.
I think that's why I enjoy like the brunch part from her, because I think it like humanized her, but she's toned down. She's still like funny and engaging and over the top, but it's one-on-one, so it's a lot more like subdued at the same time.
Like Go ahead.
Oh, okay. I was just gonna say, I think that she's hacked media really well, and I think personally that she's grown too. Like I feel obviously that there's some that's calculated, behavior and all that, but like Marcus and Brandon were saying on the brunch, she is a little bit calmer, but she still has that flavor that we love of her and keeps it real. And I think that people I know I like to watch that, and it's just exciting.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, it's interesting. So, when do you guys? I didn't even when I was researching this, I didn't even look at when it was coming out. Do you guys?
I was trying to
November sometime. Let me see.
Okay.
Ooh.
I forgot.
Yeah.
So,
I was hoping
because I know they're doing that one, and they're doing like Hollywood X's as well. Why Hollywood X's? I don't know, but I'm gonna tune in for that one.
What?
Interesting.
Is that the one where it's like X on the beach? Or is
it's the one. It's the women who were like married to famous men. So like Nicole Murphy, Will Smith's first ex-wife. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah.
Martin Lawrence's ex-wife, Prince's ex-wife, R. Kelly's ex-wife.
Oh.
I can't think of who else.
Vanessa,
okay.
you are a reality TV watcher. I did not know that.
I am. It's my dirty secret.
That is amazing.
November 23rd.
So we're gonna have to talk.
It's November 23rd, so that's that
Monday.
Write that down.
Okay.
The week of Thanksgiving, but it's that Monday.
I need to watch it before I go home. Okay.
Well, I will be watching November 23rd. I will be watching
too.
and I will be chatting with everybody. So we'll see what happens. So I want to thank you, Vanessa, for joining us. Can you tell the viewers where to find you online?
Yeah, I'm on Instagram at Vanessa89_Lajefa. That's LAJEFA. And I'm also on Snapchat at Nestle Crunch. That's NESTLECRRRUNCH. I had to add that little,
Yeah, a little bit of extra.
And
love it.
Yeah. And that's mostly what I'm on. So you can find me there.
Awesome. So yeah, please give her a follow. And I will put all of her links in the show notes on YouTube and on our podcast as well. And to our viewers, if you enjoyed the conversation and want to see more, it is absolutely necessary that you let us know. Whether that's a bunch of hearts on the live stream, a like and subscribe on YouTube, a comment and a share, or a quick podcast review. Yes, I wrote that in this time. Please show us some love. So
do it.
Yeah. All right. So everybody, let's raise our glasses. I got a little bit
You didn't
left in
refill?
here.
Oh, you
I didn't
did.
refill. I will after our taping.
I'm trying to watch now.
Keeping it classy.
All right. So until next time, be careful what you say because the boys will brunch. Take care, everyone.
Sorry.